Just wait.
No shot. Let me know when you're ready.
Hold on, dude. All right, so I'm gonna pull up the. I have the YouTube and the Twitch open, so we can see if there's people talking. Um,
Can we see it over here? So somebody's.
I could see it, but you remember you can't unless I put the thing up.
Was,
So okay, so like this. Andrew's the first one in here. So if I put the thing up, you'll see his
yeah, I can see
comment.
it.
Okay. Um. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go. Everyone's already on the social media. Everything's posted. So if you want to start the podcast here,
All right, perfect. Hello, y'all. This is the first episode for Learning on the Fly. I'm your host, along with my friend Tyler. My name is Jesus. The idea for the podcast is to talk about movies and sport, since that's what the both of us like. He's a sport fan and I'm a movie fan. So basically, that's the idea of the podcast. I'll be learning from him about sports. He'll be learning from me about movies. Um, we're gonna be talking today about how we got into each other's passion. Me, movies; him, sports. I'll start by saying that I think it wasn't until maybe 2016, honestly, because when I was little, when I was younger, I did not give a shit about movies at all. Like I could watch maybe a movie and that's it, but I mean, it was not like I was paying attention of the actors or the director or what the movie was about. I didn't really care up until maybe 2016 when I realized that I wanted to be an actor because I like movies. And initially everybody used to tell me, oh, you should do medicine, you should be a doctor. But then I realized that I had to see math, and I said, fuck that. No, I don't like math.
yeah, amen, bro.
I said, fuck that. I'm not gonna take medicine. So I decided that I wanted to be an actor. So I started digging more into movies, actors, their directors, and I started to consume as much information as I could about the industry. So I'd say that maybe, yeah, from early 2016 up until this point, I've been like a movie fan. So it's been like 6 years of this shit. And I love it. I really love it. Uh, I have a lot of, well, I mean, usually when somebody goes up to you and asks you, "Hey, what is your favorite movie?" Um, honestly, it depends on the person. So if you come up to me asking me what's my favorite movie, um, I can tell you on the spot which one it is because it's the first one that comes on my mind. Maybe if I sit down and I ask you to give me maybe a couple of hours, I might think of another one. But on the spot, I can tell you that it's Pulp Fiction. Like on the spot, anybody comes up to me asking me, "Hey, what's your favorite movie?" Go Pulp Fiction. That's it, right on the spot. Um, but there are other movies out there that I like very much. But maybe by saying that Pulp Fiction is my favorite movie, I'm saying that Quentin Tarantino, who's the guy who directed the movie, is my favorite director. That is 100% true. It's not false. That's true. He is my favorite director and writer. I love his movies. I love the way how he makes movies. I love the way how he writes characters, dialogues, how he builds the story from point A to point B or Z, and it's just amazing. So I am a huge fan of his filmography. I've seen all his movies. And and I cannot wait until he decides to make his last one, because apparently he want to make 10 movies. That son of a bitch. So
He's got one more to go,
when
dude.
so he
He's got
got
one
yeah
more.
he has one more to go, but it doesn't seem like he's in any rush to make the last movie, because he just published 2 books, and
Mhm.
now he's gonna make like a TV show. Like, what the fuck? Where's the
Dude, he's.
movie?
I
Give me the
think
movie.
he. I think he, because it's gonna be his last movie. I think he wants to, you know, save all the hype for it because everyone knows, like you said, that it's gonna be 10 movies
Yeah,
he's making. So we know
yeah,
eventually that the last movie's gonna come. If it's this year, next year, who knows? Um, but I think he's letting the hype go. He's trying to just do other stuff at the time, and in that way, whenever he decides, I want to make this movie this year,
yeah.
everyone's gonna be waiting for it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that maybe after he's done with that movie, he might keep writing books and maybe even do plays. I think years ago he said that, like, once I'm done with the 10th, that's it. Like, I'm not making any more movies. I
Yeah,
might do
yeah.
plays, not movies. And and I mean, that'd be great. But yeah, I love the guy. That's my favorite director, my favorite movie, favorite actors. I have a lot of actors who I like and I'm really into them. But to name a few, I like Al Pacino. I have not seen every Al Pacino movie because it's Al Pacino. He's been making movies since 1969, I think. So that's a long time. That's a long way, you know.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of his movies. To name a few: The Godfather, Part One, Two, the third one. Part three, I haven't finished it yet. Like, I got stuck on that one. Everybody talks shit about that movie, because the first one and the second one, they were so great that people people they think that maybe having a third one, it was not necessary at all. But I have not seen the entire movie, so I cannot tell you what is my opinion about it. But I can tell you that the first one, the second one, they're amazing. Even though the second part is 3 hours and 30 minutes long, I ate those minutes. I ate the fucking movie, and it was worth it. Um, uh, so that he has Scarface, of course. He has Dog Day Afternoon. He has Heat with Al Pacino. He has the Irishman, and a bunch of other fucking bullshits. Um, I like Brad Pitt. Lately I've been into Andrew Garfield. I really like Andrew Garfield, and I think that I realized that he was an amazing actor since 2017 when he did a Hacksaw Ridge, which is a war movie. Um, and that was the first time he was nominated for an Oscar. He did not win, unfortunately. Sons of bitches didn't give it to him. But but he was great on that movie. That movie was amazing. Mel Gibson directed that movie, and that was like the comeback for Mel Gibson, because he had taken a break because of some personal issues he had at the time. He said some shit, or he there was some recordings of him talking to his wife in a very horrible way. So everybody in Hollywood was hating his guts. So he had to like step down for a couple of years, and then he came back with that movie, and it is the shit. I can tell you that movie is fucking amazing. But um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about me and movies. I'm not that much into TV shows. I'm bad at watching TV shows. I have nothing against TV shows. My favorite TV show is Breaking Bad. That show is amazing. I have seen it maybe like 4 times, but I don't know. Every time I start watching a TV show, I get bored, and I don't know. I start snoozing, and I get stuck in one episode, and fuck that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have
Dude,
to say
okay,
about me.
so I'm gonna transition into my. I'm not as passionate as you are for the cinema, for movies,
Hold on,
anything
let me
like
let me
that.
stop you right there. Let me stop you
Okay,
right there. Somebody
okay,
said opinions on the masterpiece that is the
I got
Emoji
you.
Movie.
Yep.
I only have one thing to say. Ass. Keep going.
You don't have any. You don't want to dive deep into that. That's all you want to say is that the movie was
It's
ass.
just the movie. Look at the name, Emoji Movie. It's literally an
I've never
animated movie.
I've never heard of that
It's
movie,
li-
to be fair. So
it's literally an animated movie about emojis. But it's just it's meaningless. There's nothing good about the movie, in my opinion. Maybe Jack
who
twenty
who
one 700. He likes the movie. He thinks it's a masterpiece. And my man, I respect you, but I don't.
may I ask you who is the actor and the directors of that movie? Because I don't know who. I don't even know
I
what the
don't even
movie's
know.
about.
I don't even know who directed the movie, but I can look it up. But I don't even know who directed the movie. I know there are some actors giving the voice for the characters who are all very well known. Emoji Movie. Let me see this piece of shit,
Dude,
dude.
I've never heard of the movie. I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard of it.
Dude, Patrick Stewart is in the movie. James Corden is in the movie, and a
I know who that
phrase. I'm
is. I
not sure.
heard of James Corden.
Yeah, he's a
He's a talk show host.
yeah, he's a talk show host. Yeah,
I know
actually,
who he
there's
is.
no. I mean, not even the. I mean, no. You know what? Never mind. There's not that many. Sofia Vergara's in the movie apparently. Her fine ass,
Dude.
but that's about it. Like, listen, I mean, not even the cast. Listen, I look at the cast and I get bored. So that's how bad the movie is.
Keep talking.
Soprano. Let me keep talking. Hold on. Sopranos must watch. I've heard about the Sopranos, and I know I think it's a gangster TV show or mafia TV show, and Um, maybe maybe. I should watch that TV show. I should watch the TV show because I'm really into gangsters and crime films. Like Quentin Tarantino, he has one that it was his very first movie, Reservoir Dogs, and it's about a crime. It's about a heist. So I'm really into that. Maybe I don't know how many how many seasons um they have. I think they have like maybe 4 or 5. But I gotta sit down. I gotta relax. I gotta chill. Open a good bottle of water and pour that bitch down the fucking hatch and relax and be able to fucking see it. Because I'm bad with TV shows, but I maybe. And I don't know what The Wire is. I guess a TV show. I don't think I might have heard of it, but it doesn't ring a bell right now. It doesn't come to my mind.
Okay, so as I was saying before, my I don't have as big of a passion as Jesus does towards movies and in this the cinema world. I'm more my passion is towards sports. I have two favorite sports, and then I'm trying to learn more about the NFL. I don't really know anything about the NFL, but my two favorite sports at the moment is going to be NBA and MLB. I grew up playing baseball, so I played baseball for probably 11, 12 years. And I played at the Little League, which is 15 minutes from my house. And I was inspired to play the sport of baseball by Derek Jeter, which is any of you guys are MLB fans, you know that's the shortstop on the New York Yankees. He doesn't play anymore, but he has a legacy. Everyone knows he's number two. He's the greatest shortstop of all time, in my opinion. Um, he inspired me a lot. I used to wear his numbers every single season that I could, unless someone
What's the
tried to
name?
beat me. His
What's the
name?
name again? Yeah,
Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter. He played for the
he doesn't
Yankees.
play anymore. He doesn't play
No,
anymore.
I think he retired. I don't remember the exact year, but I think it was like the middle like 2014, 2015, around there. Might have been a little bit before that. I don't remember. I don't know the
Is that
exact
when you
year.
s- is that when you start playing around that
No, no.
time?
So I grew up playing. You grow up playing t-ball. Like when you first started, you start at a young age. That's where you put the ball on the little tee,
Mhm.
where you can't really hit it, where someone's throwing it. So I started playing that when I was really young. And then I could only play up until high school because at the little league, once you get like 15 or 16, they don't let you play anymore, and then you can only play for the team. And I wasn't good enough to play for the high school team. I didn't even try. I didn't even take my ass over to the field to
You
do a.
never you never try you
I
never
never
try to
tried
try
out.
out.
I
Nah,
never
nah,
tried
nah.
out. No, hell no, I didn't
No,
try out.
no
I
shot.
The thing is because for the little league, there was a lot of people that I already knew who were trying out for the team, and I knew that they were all better than me. So in my mind, at the time, I didn't even give it a chance. I didn't give it a chance. I probably wouldn't have made the team to begin with because I played and I didn't practice as much, but I still love baseball. I still miss the sport, miss playing it. Watching it is kind of hard for me sometimes. It's like I can go to a baseball game, like an actual arena. I mean, the stadium, go to the game, sit there and watch. But watching it from the TV because there's just every 3 outs is a commercial break. It's just like I don't know. It's kind of hard to do. Um, yeah, Tyler made a game-saving play. It's yeah, Jack is in the comments, and he was on my team a couple times. I know him. He used to play baseball with me. That's one of my friends from when I was younger. He's still my boy. I still talk to him all the time. Um, but that was my passion for baseball. So I started with baseball. I didn't become a basketball fan. He's gonna say something about this because I already know how he is. I became a basketball fan in 2000, and I'll say 2012 because he's gonna have a heart attack if I don't say the right year. 2012 when the Miami Heat, as you know, is my favorite team. I am a Miami Heat fan. It's
Yeah,
my
look at that
favorite team.
jersey. Look at
I
that
got the
jersey.
jersey. I got the Dwayne
Look at the
Wade poster
jersey.
in the back, right here. I have the Dwayne Wade signed poster. Um, Andrew, I give you credit. You did help me a lot. Okay, I forgot to not give you credit. I apologize. Um, what was I saying? Anyway, I became a Heat fan in 2012 when the Heat had Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. I was not a fan of any other team. So people in sports, they tend to say you're a bandwagon if you hop from team to team. So like LeBron has fans when he was on
They
the
tend to say that
Cavaliers.
you're a what?
A bandwagon. A bandwagon means like
Bandwagon.
a
A
bandwagon means when you like it.
bandwagon.
Yes, it means when you like a team because of their success. So at the time when I became a Heat fan, um, they were competing for championships. They won 2 championships at that time. So people say at that time that I was a bandwagon, like he said in the chat, because I became a Heat fan at the time. Now, I went through the years of the Heat where they've sucked. Now they haven't sucked as much as other teams. There's been teams like the Kings who haven't made the playoffs in 15 years, which is really hard to do. Making the playoffs is easy. Once, at least once in 15 years, it's not that hard to make the playoffs in that long time. But they didn't make the playoffs, and they still haven't made it in like 15 or 16 years. So we haven't been as bad as other teams were, but we were pretty terrible for a couple years. And I stuck it out. I was a Heat fan. I watched every game. So I can't be labeled as a bandwagon anymore. I still watch every single game that I can. I work, which interrupts with the game sometimes because I work at night now. Um, I picked his favorite team based on who won the championship. Dude, they didn't win the champion. I was watching the game when Ray Allen hit the 3-pointer. They didn't win the championship yet.
When was the last time they won a championship?
Dude, literally 2013 was the last time they won a championship.
Jesus, almost a
We,
decade ago.
dude,
See,
I know.
shocked.
We've been to the finals. We made the finals 2014. No, yeah, we made the finals 2014. We lost. Um, and then we didn't make the finals again until 2020, which is when COVID hit and they had the bubble NBA finals and playoffs. They had it down here in Disney. We made the finals then. We lost in that finals against the Lakers, who won. And then
Now
the
they
year after,
suck.
yeah, Lakers are all over the place now. And then the year after that, because I don't know, this is a bunch of shit happened. Fans started coming back. It was just a clusterfuck of a season after that. So we made the playoffs, but we lost in the first round because there's 4 rounds. First round, second round, conference finals, and then the finals. So each wait, what? What do you know about? I'm dead. No shot. She knows about that, dude. No shot.
Dude,
Maria knows about that.
we were literally talking about that. I think it was like a week ago that you were like, dude, no shots. Some companies trying to buy the Heat Arena.
Dude, literally. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. So 2021, the year after the bubble, we made the first round. We lost 4 games, I think. Yeah. Then we got swept. And then the year after that, which is this past season, we were literally fucking 4 points away from the finals again. So we went up and down, up and down, up and down. We haven't won the championship, but at least we're like getting very close. A
Yeah,
couple pieces
yeah,
here
yeah.
and there, we can get there.
At
Um,
least, you guys qualify. For
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for
That's what I'm
the
saying.
every year.
It, like I said, I've been very I can't even think of the word. I've been very spoiled, I guess, spoiled as being a Heat fan because we didn't have too much, like I said, downfall. We've had a lot of success. Obviously, if you look at it from the standpoint, if it's championship or bust, then It's not that much success because we've only won two in the last decade. Um, but we could be worse. We could be like the Knicks. The Knicks are the New York Knicks. They are a laughing
Next,
stock of the NBA. They fucking suck. The Kings, Sacramento Kings, they're also a laughing stock. The Magic, I'm going to get into the Magic because they actually have some hope. They drafted the number one pick, Paolo Banchero. So they have a future. They have a future. They're looking good. Everyone on their timeline is pretty much around the same age, 24, 25, around there. Um, so they're not in any way ready to compete right now, but there are a couple pieces where if they decide to do a move here or there, that they can make the adjustments to contend. Yeah, see, Andrew's saying yes, sir. Um, yeah, so my favorite player of all time in the NBA is Dwayne Wade. LeBron James is number two. It happens that they've both been on the Heat at the same fucking time. That's why, that poster right there, I love that picture. It's literally, I was able to get that thing for like $25, $30 on Amazon. And it's literally my two favorite players in the same picture. And it just sums up of how good they were at the time. Um,
every night you pray to that picture instead of God. Like if you go to
No,
sleep, you look at a picture and you pray.
I need to start praying to Jimmy Butler because he's the player is on the Heat now. He's the best player on the team, and if we keep sucking ass like how we have this whole season, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get a trade. That man, that man for 2 years of the three times he was on our team in the playoffs carried us almost. He carried us to the finals the first year, and then last year he almost carried us to the finals again. So if I wake up tomorrow to a breaking news text saying that he fucking wants a trade, I'm not going to be upset. I mean,
I
I
mean,
gotta.
yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
send
gonna
him a
you're not
fucking.
you're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna be like
say,
shocking.
yeah, no. I'm gonna say shocking, but it's sarcastic shocking because I already know it's coming, dude. I'm gonna send him a letter thanking him for everything he's done and how shitty the team is without him. That's what I'm gonna
Dude,
do.
no shot.
Yeah, so that's my favorite
Is
basketball
there is
player.
there is there at least is I mean, can you name at least
Oh God, you're gonna put me on.
like
You're
a
gonna ask
three
me.
top? No, hold on, like a no. It's not about it's not that bad of a question. Like maybe like a top three players that you guys have at the moment at the Heat, like the three top players that you guys
That's
have.
easy.
Like
That's easy.
they don't
That's easy.
suck that much ass.
That's easy. Our three best players, and I'll go from order too. I'll go from order. Our three best players is Jimmy Butler is number one. Bam Adebayo, which is our center, is number two, and Tyler Hero is our three. Those are our three best players in order. The thing about the team is Jimmy Butler, like I said, is our best player. He's 32 or 33, and then Bam, which is the second one, is 25. So there's a pretty big age difference. You don't really hit your physical prime in the
Dude,
sport of
damn,
basketball.
I've seen Alvario playing, and he doesn't look that young. He looks old as
Dude,
fuck.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you later after the podcast. He looks like Dwight Howard. Like, have you seen? You know who Dwight Howard is? Have you heard of him?
Hell no.
Yeah, he used to play on the Magic. He got drafted by the Orlando Magic. He played here for years. He looks literally like a Dwight Howard. He looks like he's Dwight Howard's kid. They have the same
Mhm.
face. Like Dwight had like a more of like a little bit of a beard than Bam does, but they look exactly the same.
They're literally like all this time. I believe that he's in his late 20s, almost early
Yeah,
30s, and
he's
Nusha he's 25.
dude. He's 25. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like you go from 32 to 25, and then the third, which is Hero Tyler Hero, he is 22. That
Yeah,
kid is
he's Jit.
22. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's my age, which is fucking crazy. I'm 22, and I'm not sitting my ass in Miami, playing on the Miami Heat, which is probably a top five populated team in the league with fan base wise. He's living the life, dude. He's living in Miami. He's driving fucking Maseratis, Ferraris, Lamborghini, everything
Dude,
at 22.
he got blessed with the height, you know?
Dude, he just signed a fat contract too. Like I think it was like 4 years, like 120 million. Dude, that's oh my god, dude.
That's a lot of
And
money.
that is a lot of money. But like,
That
like
is
I
a
was
lot of
saying,
money.
the players they don't reach your physical. I guess they say your physical prime until 27. So Bam still has 2 years to reach his prime. After that, your prime can last however long. Hero still has 5 years. Not 5 years. What is he? 22? Yeah, 5 years. He has 5 years till he gets to 27, where he can reach his physical prime. So it's good to have them all locked up and everything. Um, I can give you a list of players that I like in the league. I give you a list of players that I don't really like.
Okay. This might be a hardest, like our hardest question. Like a hard, yeah. Name maybe like your top five player in the whole league.
My top five players in the whole league.
Yeah.
Okay. I like Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving, he's on the Brooklyn Nets, point guard. Um, he's in my top five. I wouldn't say he's number one, but he's probably top three. Kyrie
I
Irving's
mean,
number one in
I
there.
mean, I mean, I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, you don't have to list
Just
them
say the five.
off for
Okay.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You
All
can
right.
just name them.
Kyrie Irving, LeBron James.
Mhm.
Um, dude, fuck, this is a hard question. I like Kevin Durant now. I didn't like Kevin Durant before because he joined the Warriors, which is the team who won the championship last year. They were
Mhm.
stacked years ago, so when he joined them, he just put them over the top.
Dude, he's
And
nasty.
like, yeah, if you look at the game basketball as a whole, he's like someone who you can respect, dude. You know, he made a decision back then what was fucked up and it was kind of weak, but his whole game, like the way he approaches the game of basketball, is you got to respect it. The man's 7 foot. He weighs like 200 pounds at 7 foot, which is unheard of. Like that's not normal for you to be that good. Being able to dribble the ball like a point guard, being able to block shots like a center, shoot from fucking 35 feet beyond the line, like anywhere. He can
Yeah,
do it all. So he's number three. I like Giannis too. Giannis Antetokounmpo on the Bucks. He's four. Um, dude, the five. I gotta.
I think
I'll
you're
say
missing one.
Jimmy. I like Jimmy.
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 Uh,
Jimmy. Some of it is biased because he's on the Heat, but I like what he's done. And when it comes to the playoffs, he turns his game up a lot. So he he uh he's probably up there, my top five. Now I know for basketball you don't know that much about basketball. You know who LeBron is, you know who
yeah,
Curry
yeah,
is, but
yeah.
that's the point of this podcast is what I was talking to Jesus about is that we want the podcast we're not going to do a live podcast every single time we go to do a podcast. The live podcast is going to be when no Steph, fuck no. I don't dude, Steph is not top 5 for me. Steph is all right. I don't like Steph like that. I respect his game. I respect the way who he is, but he's not top 5 in my opinion because I don't know. I just don't. I guess it comes with everyone who's a fan of Steph that they think this guy's a second coming of Jesus, which he's like. I'm not saying he's not good. He's really fucking good, but he, I don't know. He's not my top 5. I
What
don't
are your
personally like
thoughts?
him that much.
What are your thoughts on the porn company betting to rename the arena?
That question right there. What do you know about the porn company betting to rename the Miami Heat's arena? So I will say this. So 2 years ago, I think the Heat's arena was up for a name change where a company purchases the arena rights, like the name. Um, it used to be American Airlines Arena, and then 2 years ago, that rumor came out right there that you see on the screen about a porn
Two
company.
years ago.
2 years ago, yeah, 2 years ago, because it happened 2 years ago, and it's happening again because 2 years ago they were running for new names and a porn company submitted their name like to be sponsored and it put on the arena and it was fucking I'm pretty sure it was Bang Bros. Bang Bros,
Bang
which is
Bros.
it's literally a porn company, I swear. It was they offered to submit like to get the naming rights and everything, and if I was them I wouldn't put that on my fucking arena. I don't want a porn company on my arena, advertising and all that shit. Um, but they offered 2 years ago, and in this, I think a couple weeks ago, that the arena, which is the name is now is FTX Arena. I don't know what it stands for actually. I don't remember, but it's called FTX Arena, and they lost the naming rights, so they're looking again for new naming rights. And now the porn company's back trying to submit their fucking name,
Trying to get him. Yeah,
trying to get them
yeah,
again. So that's why that is news. I don't think it's gonna happen because, like I said, if I'm an owner or whoever deals with that shit, I'm not gonna want a porn company sponsoring my
dude.
team name. I'm going to the
I don't,
Bang Bros
dude,
Center. Like, no one wants
dude.
to hear that. That's
Yeah, I
funny.
don't think
It's funny, but it
it
doesn't
is
sound
funny. I
good.
mean, it is. I mean, when you hear that, when you hear that, and you go
Dude.
into when you go into a game, you expect maybe cheerleaders flapping tits all over the fucking arena,
Yeah.
but but I don't think I mean like you said in a business perspective, I don't think anybody would do that shit. That
Yeah,
that was yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I said, it'll be funny. It'd be funny just to drive down to Miami, go to the
I'm
game,
sure you
and
said
just
BBC. No, I'm
it's called the Bang Bros Center. That's not, that's
kidding.
that's
Yeah,
literally why it's funny. Um, yeah, I wouldn't drive down to the arena, and it would be funny to do that and just put BBC in the fucking thing. But after like the first
yeah.
time, it's not gonna be funny. It's gonna be stupid. Um, So yeah, my like I said, my passion is for the NBA, MLB. I like the New York Yankees. I'm not that big of a baseball fan. I know the sport, like I know who. Uh, I'm dead. This man said Jimmy Butler with the Bang Bros logo on his chest. Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious. Um, but like I said, I'm not a big MLB fan. I like the sport. I know a lot about baseball because I grew up playing it. But I'm trying to learn more about baseball. Who like I don't know other than like a couple players in the league now. I don't know who's the best players in MLB. Aaron
Dude, I don't
Judge, huh?
like I don't know that much about baseball because I mean in Venezuela I think everybody pretty much plays any sport, but are we good at them? Fuck no. Like, I mean, we have never qualified for the World Cup, never. And half of the population there, they play soccer. They love soccer. But does the national team, are they good? Hell no. I've never seen them motherfuckers qualify for shit. And but the same happens with baseball. Now in baseball, maybe like the baseball team, they might be a little. I mean, they might be a little better. Like I've seen some of the plays, and I mean they have good players, but honestly, between baseball and basketball, both sports are very entertaining. Like in the past, I didn't really care about any one of those. Like I used to watch basketball and I used to get bored. Like I didn't used to understand the purpose of running back and forth, and you know scoring a point that easily, because it's compared to any other sports like maybe soccer, scoring a point it's very different. I
Hmm.
think you got to put a little more effort on it because but they're two different stuff. I mean things obviously, but I think it's been. I mean, maybe this year we start. I mean, ever since we started hanging out more, and I try to get you into um, the movie world. You try to get me also into the basketball world. And now that I've been watching the games, now I find them more entertaining. Like I like it now. I can see myself going to basketball games in the future whenever I get more knowledge. Like I was trying to go. Actually, no, hold on. Like I know that the Magic they're gonna be playing the Lakers at the end of the year, December
Oh,
27th,
the
and
27th.
yeah, I was trying to go to the
Damn,
game. I
dude,
was trying to
that's
go to. I was trying to go to the game. I was trying to go. I was like, ooh, I want to go. I was trying to go, but I'm not going. But they're playing December 27th. So now that I know about the Magics and the Lakers for the past couple months, that particular game, I would not mind to go and sit there and watch it, because
yeah,
I know a little bit more about it. So,
yeah, because LeBron, you know who LeBron is.
like maybe like listen, 3 years ago, I'm sure you used to go maybe once a year to the movie theater and watch a movie.
Yeah, so that's what I was telling you before. Is like 2 years ago, I would go to the movies to watch like a big Marvel movie. So like when the Avengers came out, I went to see that. I didn't watch any for some reason, and I still regret it. I didn't watch any of the standalone Marvel movies. So I didn't watch any,
Yeah.
Iron Man's, Captain America's. I watched only the Avengers movies. Um, and my whole movie knowledge, like I knew who actors were. I know who like the popular actors. Some of them. I'm not
Hmm.
saying I know a lot, but I know some like the decent amount of actors, actresses. Um, but I wasn't that big into the movie world. And then, like you said, when we started hanging out, I've watched more movies over the last year and a half than I've ever done in my entire life. I used to go to the movies like once a year,
Hmm.
twice a year, depending on what was coming out, and that was it. And we've been going to the movies like every couple weeks, every couple months. More, I've seen like maybe probably 15 to 20 movies in the last like year and a half, which is that might not be a lot for some people, but that's a lot for me. That's a lot for me.
Now, honestly, I think that from the time that we went to the movie theater for the first time, I think the very first movie that I watched with you was it was either Venom 2 or Halloween Kills. It was one of those two. It might have been
The first one we
Venom.
watched,
Yeah, in the movie theater. It might have been Venom.
I think it was Venom. It was Venom
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, it was the
and
Venom 2. Maybe like 2 weeks later,
we
we
saw
went to
Halloween
watch Halloween.
Kills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Halloween Kills, and then that's when we started going more often to the movie theater. So I think that from that point, which was October of last year, up until this point, I like to say that we've watched, yeah, maybe like 20 movies in the movie theater.
yeah.
Maybe more, maybe more.
So here's the thing: is as Jesus was saying earlier in the podcast, he's his favorite director is Quentin Tarantino. So that's like the movies he likes. Usually, I'm assuming you like those the most. Um, I I first talked to him. The first movie I talked to him about from Tarantino was Django Unchained.
Yeah.
I posted something on my Instagram, and then he's like, "Oh wait, you like that movie? You've seen that movie?" And we started talking about that. So I saw that movie without him. Now there's a couple movies I saw with him. I saw Inglorious Bastards with him and a group of our friends. We went to someone's house and we watched the movie. It was the first time I ever watched it. This man was quoting the movie throughout the whole fucking time. And that movie, for me, it was confusing the beginning, the middle, because, it's a confusing movie. I feel like a couple of his movies I've seen so far that maybe a second time I'm going to understand it more. Like, I watched the movie and then I literally came home the next day and I started looking up clips from Inglorious Bastards of, the Brad Pitt scene where he's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
saying he needs 8 Jewish American soldiers and shit like that,
Yep. Yep.
killing Nazis. Yeah, like
Killing
that,
Nazis. Yeah.
killing Nazis. Like, yeah, that scene is fucking great. Um, so I watched that movie. He showed me Pulp Fiction. He didn't. I didn't watch it with him, but he told me to. So I watched it. And then I let him know what I thought of it. Another confusing movie because it starts the ending. The start of the movie is the ending of the movie. If that
It's
makes
the
sense.
ending. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
time, I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" I'm texting him. I'm like, "Yo, I'm so confused. The start is the end of the movie. You come to find out at the end."
And
Um,
at the time, not many. I mean, I'm sure anybody, I mean, nobody, ever did what he did with that movie, trying to break the narrative of the story that way. Because he started, like you said, he started the movie with the ending, and at the end of the movie, you're back at that scene because that scene is like maybe like 5 6 minutes long, and then it cuts, and then you don't see those characters or that particular scene up until 2 hours and 30 minutes later, right at the end of the movie. So up from that point, a lot of directors and writers, they actually started doing that. There's a movie that came out in 2017, if I'm not actually 18. It's called Bad Times at the El Royale. Your boy Chris Hemsworth is in it, and
Great fucking
the
actor. Great actor.
yeah, good actor. He did a good a
He
good
I feel
job
like
of it.
he's one of those people that you can't hate him. You cannot hate Chris Hemsworth. You can
Actually, no, no.
he has a very his whole personality, everything that he's been in so far, all the movies. He has a personality that I feel like you just can't hate. He seems like a
Yeah,
genuine nice person.
yeah, yeah. And even though he might not be the greatest actor in the world, um, you can tell that he can act. He can act, and you can enjoy his movies. And on that one, he plays a very psychotic psychopath character, and who has his own cult, and it's just crazy. But the movie, the guy who directed and wrote the movie, he pretty much did it the same like Pulp Fiction. Like the narrative, it was like all over the place. So it will start the movie, and then it will take you to the past, and then to the present, then to the past, then to the present. So yeah, when you were watching Pulp Fiction, I know it was kind of confusing at the time. You were like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" I mean, what the hell? Um, but it's just great. It's just great. It's just fucking great. It's just great. I mean, personally, I like movies that are more like down to earth, like movies that seems like something that will happen in the real world. Now,
Yeah, something you can relate
I
to.
yeah, I've never been a fan of sci fiction. So, for instance, maybe with the Marvel movies, uh, because I grew up watching them, I can maybe I watch them. I don't mind watching them, but things like Star Wars, Star Trek, things that happen out of space. I mean, out of Earth. That the outer space. The Lord of the Rings and and all that kind of bullshit. House of Dragons. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't fucking stand it for whatever reason. And nowadays, it's even affecting my. I don't want to call it like my love towards Marvel, but the affection that I have towards the Marvel movies. Because now I see a Marvel movie and it's just like it's not the same. It's not what it used to be. Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and now they're doing the TV shows. It's just too fucking much. Like I haven't seen a Marvel TV show since Hawkeye, and that was December of last year. And from that point until now, they have released maybe like five more TV shows. Like I'm so fucking behind that at this point I don't care. As long as I'm caught up with the movies, I'm all good.
That's the thing is with stuff like that. I feel like a lot of it has to do with that the characters that you liked, they killed them off. Like I mean, they made another. They're making another Captain America. I'm assuming with. I'm like I'm saying, I'm not a big Marvel fan, so I don't remember who he is. But they gave the shield to the guy at the end of Endgame.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and actually, and actually, the TV show they made about him and the other character, Bucky, um,
Sam Wilson. Okay.
it's actually pretty good. There's a TV show called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that TV show is good. Not a lot of people like it for whatever reason, but everybody has their own opinions. But I think out of all the Marvel shows they have made so far, that's one of the best ones. That for me, that's in top five. But it's not even about them killing my favorite characters. Like I love Captain America for all the years that they had in the movies until Endgame, and I know Sam Wilson is gonna be also a good Captain America, but I like the character, so I did not care when they got rid of him. Like after Endgame, I did not care because they got rid of Chris Evans as Captain America. I did not care because they got rid of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. It is what it is. There's people out there who they're fanatics of that and they love it. They just fan and they love the superheroes. They love the actors and they get obsessed with that. It's just that the the formula that they used in the past, I think they maybe over exploded a little bit with this last phase four. So I'm hoping maybe phase five, it's better. So but in general, overall, my type of movies are more like down to earth. So that's why I love Quentin Tarantino so much. Even though he can make some sci-fi type movies, like Kill Bill. There's some scenes in Kill Bill that nobody's able of doing a backflip in the air, like giving five five spins. That's not possible.
Yeah.
But I mean that's part of making a movie, but yeah, yeah. Maybe that's why I love it. Maybe that's why I love it so much.
Yeah. So I've seen from Tarantino. I've seen Django. I've seen Inglorious Bastards. There was another one, Pulp Fiction. I think was there a fourth? I think there was only three that I've seen from him. I think I'm missing a
I
fourth. I think it was just those three.
yeah, you only yeah
I've only seen
yeah
those
because
three.
you
I
you
feel like
haven't
there's
even
a
seen.
fourth. I don't remember. I don't remember
Maybe you
what.
think there's a fourth because of all the clips that I've been showing you, and you think that you
Yeah,
have watched the movie,
yeah,
but you haven't
yeah,
really watched it.
yeah.
Like
So
for
it's been
instance,
three.
maybe you think that you have watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but you haven't watched the movie, which apparently now it's the
His
best movie
favorite
he has
movie.
made.
Yeah,
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 because he said that. I mean, he's the director. Obviously, if anybody can say if anybody in the world can say which one is his best movie, it's him because he's the
yeah,
one who makes them and writes them. But my personal opinion, that's not his best movie when it comes to the story wise. Maybe visually, the way how the movie looks, it's just very beautiful. And I mean, he brought Leo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt together in a film for the first time. So that was a big deal. That was a big deal. That's like when Robert De Niro and Pacino they were together in Heat back in '95. That was a huge deal. I mean, Al Pacino. Robert De Niro together in one scene, thick hard as a fucking rock,
Dude,
you know. But I mean, that does not mean that's. I mean, if he thinks that's his best movie, I respect his opinion. I kiss his fucking hands all day long because those hands have written one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. But uh but I mean that's his opinion. Now, Maria's asking about Babylon. I was gonna talk about some of the movie news that came out the last couple of weeks very quickly, and Babylon was one of those because the second trailer for the movie came out, and you know, every when you ask somebody what's like their most anticipated movies for the year, I would like to say that maybe 99% of the time they will say movies that are like big blockbusters, like Marvel movies, DC movies, or any other franchise that is big. Like if Warner Bros. Is making another Harry Potter movie, people are gonna be waiting for that movie. They're gonna have that movie in their on the list because Harry Potter, and a lot of people like Harry Potter. But or if Universal is making a Transformer movie, you know, people's gonna be expecting that movie. Or I don't know if anybody's making like this year the Elvis movie. A lot of people were expecting that movie because it's Elvis, and you know a lot of people. And when I say a lot of people, a lot of grown-ups, a lot of people who grew up listening to Elvis and knew who Elvis was, Avatar, you know, they might have Avatar on the list because it's fucking Avatar and it's the sequel, and it's been like a decade or more than a decade since the last one came out. And it's been more than a decade since the last one came out, and now they're making a sequel. Um, so when you ask somebody what are their most anticipated movie for the year, they might name those specific movies. Now, when it comes to movies like Babylon, um, those are movies that do not get promoted like up until months before the day that is supposed to be released, unless you follow websites or pages that gives you movie news. So I knew about
leaks
the
and stuff.
movie. Yeah, I knew about the movie back since 2020, since COVID started, when COVID started, because that's when the news that Damien Chazelle, who's the director of the movie, um, they said that he was gonna make a movie about Hollywood in 1920s, when the movies they were going from one transition to another. Like they were going from mute movies to movies where people will be able to talk, and they will have sound and all that kind of shit. So it was an interesting s- story to tell in a way. So I knew that Brad Pitt was gonna be in it. Like I remember that when I heard about the news, they had like a big ass headline that says Brad Pitt's next movie with Damien Chazelle. I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna be there. What are you talking about? Because it was right after Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was right after he won his first Oscar for acting. So um, they decided to release the news in a good time. Uh, I mean, we got fucked because of COVID, but still, it was the good time to release the news. And then they said that Margot Robbie was gonna be in it, and some of the actors. Who gives a fuck about those actors? It's Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt. But then this year the trailer came out, and the movie seems like a clusterfuck. I'm not gonna lie. The movie seems like a fucking clusterfuck. It looks like it can come out in a good way or bad way. So it's 50-50. It can be either very good or very bad. The guy who is making the movie, he made Whiplash and La La Land. So those two movies are about um music per se, like the music world. One is a musical, the other one is not a musical, but it's about a guy who plays the what you call it? Fuck, I forgot the name. Not the guitar, the fucking how you call that? The battery, the battery. I don't
The
know.
drums.
The drums, yeah, there you go. The drums.
Yeah.
That shit, the drums. Yeah, so he plays the drums, and both movies are good, but I mean, uh La La Land. La La Land is a musical, and not a lot of people might like the movie. Now, when the movie came out, I loved the fucking movie. I loved the movie. But then the years went by, and I can see why people might not like the movie. Uh, if I watch the movie, I can still enjoy it, but I might not enjoy it as much as I did when it came out in 2016, 17. So Babylon, I think that's how you pronounce it. Honestly, I don't fucking know. How will you pronounce that? Babylon, Babylon,
Uh, Babylon, I'm
I,
assuming.
Babylon.
Babylon. Yeah.
I don't know how to.
Uh,
I don't know how to pronounce it. Honestly,
I would pronounce it Babylon. Now, I've been told a
probably yeah.
lot before that I don't pronounce shit right half the time, so I'm not. Don't quote me on saying Babylon. It looks like
It's either
Babylon.
Babylon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what Babylon means. You know, I don't even
I
know the
don't fucking
meaning
know,
behind
dude.
the title.
I didn't even know about that movie until I saw the post on Instagram that you put up about the
Yeah,
movie. So I didn't even know
yeah,
about
no,
that.
yeah, no. The movie,
She's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
She,
yeah.
she
I'm very, yeah, Babylon, whatever. I'm very excited for. I'm Baba,
Baba
Baba,
Alan. What, bro? That's definitely not how
Baba.
you say it, dude. Dude, that's definitely not how you say it, Andrew. Baba Alan. Dude.
Dude. So I'm very excited for that movie. I'm actually very excited about the movie, and I'm also very afraid because it looks like it's gonna be a clusterfuck. But that's that's part of expecting a movie. You never know what to expect with a movie. It's either gonna be too good or too bad, you know. Um, so
Okay, let me cut you off there. Let's talk about a too bad movie that we just saw recently, dude. What was it? Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends. That movie was so bad. I can't
Go
even.
ahead. You talk about it first. You talk about it first.
Dude. I
So
Halloween Kills, which was the movie before this. So they have three in this trilogy. I didn't see 20. I didn't. I think it was Halloween 19 is what they called it, the first one in the trilogy.
no,
I
yeah,
didn't,
yeah. It was Halloween. It came in
or
2018. Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
Halloween.
I have never seen any Michael Myers movies before that one. That was the first one I've seen. So I've seen three because I saw this first one in the trilogy. Actually, I've seen all three of the trilogy. Um, but I like the first one. The second one, which was Halloween Kills, me and you, I think we saw that together. The movie was fucking
Yeah, we
amazing.
saw it.
The
Yeah,
movie had
yeah,
some,
we
it
saw it.
had some comedy. It had great, slaughter scenes. Like the whole
You
overall
know, you know
story.
what I realized. You know what I realized lately that I I think that the thing when it comes to watching a movie with you at the movie theater, like it's hard. I mean, it's not hard to concentrate, but the things that we criticize the movie so much, like if something happens and it's if we find it funny, we start laughing. But then when it's shitty, like Halloween ends, we can be squawking the whole time in the movie theater, like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, I was literally squawking on your left ear every 5 minutes, dude. Where's Michael Myers? What the fuck is going on? The movie was so shitty.
Dude, that's the thing with that movie is, like I said, based on Halloween Kills. The Halloween Kills had a great story, great action. Had some comedy, everything like that, and it's set up because we all knew, like after maybe like 2 weeks, I think they announced that Halloween Ends is going to be the
Yeah,
last one in the trilogy. So like literally
yeah,
after we came out of that movie, 2 weeks later, we knew they were only making one more.
yeah.
Um, so that movie, like it had a lot of potential to do good, and I feel like everything they did in Halloween Kills, when they made Halloween Ends, they just threw it out the fucking window. They threw it out the fucking window. They said, "Oh, we're not going to follow this." I'm not going to spoil the movie because it is November, the end of November. The movie came out, I think, at the beginning of
Dude,
October.
fuck
So
it.
I'm not
You
going to
can
spoil
talk
the
about the
movie. I don't
movie.
want to do
But
that shit.
It's been almost a month.
Dude, yeah, but I don't want to spoil the movie. I don't, maybe someone who's in here hasn't seen it yet and wants to watch it. Overall, the movie was ass. It took 45 minutes to an hour for the fucking 6'5" white Michael Myers to show up on the fucking screen. We're waiting, like he was saying, we were waiting for an hour into the movie for this man to fucking show up.
Dude,
For him
the
to
things that
like,
my expectation for the movie is that Halloween Kills. I enjoyed the movie, even though I think the first one, the one that came out in 2018, was better.
yeah,
Um, I still had a good time watching Halloween Kill. Oh, that's a long
I'm
ass
sure this
name.
dude's in here promoting
Um,
shit. Fuck you.
I'm dead. Um, fuck off. That was a big ass. I mean, I was this guy fucked me up. I was about to say that was a big
Dude,
ass
no
movie.
shots.
um, Halloween Kills. It was a movie that I enjoyed overall. Like it was not perfect, but I enjoyed. Now it was kind of silly at the times, like when that bitch came out of the left field with the gun shooting at this fucker, and
Yeah,
he
they
literally
literally kicked the door.
kicked the door open, and this bitch fucking blew her fucking brains out.
Dude.
So things like that, they were silly, but they were funny to watch. They were like, dude, this is so fucking stupid, but dude, it was funny. Um, but with Halloween Kills, I was, uh,
I
wow.
get mad. I get mad thinking about that movie, dude, because
The thing is that
I was so
I
excited
was
for
really
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was excited. I think we were both excited because I think we enjoyed so much the Halloween movies and the what the character of Michael Myers is, the story, and he's just a simple. I think they took it to another level, and on Halloween Kills, because he's supposed to be just a simple man, who at a very young age he became a psychopath. He killed his sister, he stabbed the bitch to death, and he became a psychopath. And then fucking years later, he came back and yeah, I mean, the guy was a fucking psycho. But then in Halloween Kills, I don't know if you remember the scene where almost at the end of the movie when he they had him on the street, like on the ground, and pretty much the whole town was beating the shit out of him, and they literally like fucking stabbed him and they shot his ass, and this fucker out of the fucking nowhere got up and fucking stabbed like fucking 20 guys in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I had mixed opinions about that. I thought overall, like for the story, it didn't make sense to me because, like you said, he got shot. I think he got shot. He was getting stabbed, fucking stabbed in the neck, stabbed everywhere. I think he got stabbed in the back with a fucking pitchfork or something like that too. So they
So
were doing
probably
everything. They were doing everything they possibly could
somebody
to.
probably somebody probably stuck his finger right up his ass too. I mean, they were fucking touching him the whole
They
fucking scene.
someone they did everything they possibly could have to make sure this dude was not fucking gonna breathe anymore. And then he just
Yeah.
fucking they cut to the house, like inside of his house, and then 10 seconds later they cut back and this dude literally rips the knife out of his fucking neck and starts throwing it at people. Like, bro,
Two
like, dude,
facts.
like it shows you for the story. I get what they're trying to do. Like they're trying to show you how powerful he is. That he's so evil that he's not normal. He's not a human being. All that shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I can't even say what I want to say because it's going to spoil the next movie. So I'm not even going to continue to go that way.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. The only thing that I have to say about the next movie is
it's
that
fucking terrible.
it's
That's
terrible.
what I have
It's
to say.
terrible. Like I was mad because Michael Myers, he's literally the movie is like 1 hour and 45, maybe 50 minutes long, and this fucking 6'5" man is in the fucking movie like fucking 10 minutes. That was some BS. That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit.
Dude, it
I
made
was like,
no
what the
sense, bro.
fuck?
It made no fucking sense. That movie,
I
that
see.
movie.
I can perfectly remember that day how I was squawking on your left ear every fucking 20 minutes. Like, where's Michael Myers? And you were like,
Dude, I'm
dude,
pretty sure
this is
you went
fucking
down to go
bullshit.
get food too, and I stayed in the theater, and then you came back. You're like, "This dude's not on the screen yet." I'm like, "No, he hasn't been on the screen yet. It's been fucking an
Dude,
hour in." Dude,
dude, it was
that
so
movie,
fucking good.
the movie, 2019 and then Halloween Kills were better. The last one was terrible.
Yeah,
Let's just leave
yeah.
it at that.
Now what? Now what's the second movie that you were gonna mention? You said there were two movies that were shitty.
What for? Oh, I was saying two movies that are shitty. That
Yeah.
movie was shitty, and then the movie that I saw with you, what the French Dispatch. That movie, you watched it again. You
That
liked the
movie's
movie.
literally that movie's been like a year since we
I know.
watched the
I
fucking
know.
movie.
Well, there wasn't another shitty movie I watched this year. That was the only shitty movie you showed me. Once
Oh no, you
upon a time.
didn't. I mean, you did not like fucking the Northman for whatever reason.
Dude, yeah, I don't like the Viking fucking medieval movies, shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
even understand half of the shit they were saying. Like the fights and everything was cool, but the dialogue I did not understand. I didn't understand the dialogue. It bored me. I was like, dude, when the fuck is this movie gonna end? And then you told me you loved the movie, and then I saw that the movie's like nominated for like fucking movie of the year or something. So I'm like, I can't even argue with that. Everyone else loves the movie apparently. I didn't. So,
I mean,
it
that's
is what
cool.
it
That's
is.
cool.
I
I mean,
respect
I can,
everyone's
I
opinion.
yeah, I can see and I can tell why you did not like the movie because it's not a. It's not a
It's
movie
not my type. It's
for
not my type
everyone.
of
Yeah,
movie. It's
and
not my
honestly, the movies that that director has made so far, I don't think you would like any of those fucking movies. He has another movie before. I mean, he made one before the Northman. It's called The Lighthouse. Dude, you will fucking hate that fucking
You
movie for
showed me a
goddamn
clip
sure.
of that movie, and it looked interesting. It had William Defoe, right?
Yeah, he is Willem Dafoe and
The Northman
fucking
is
Robert
freaking good.
Pattinson.
Yeah, it might be good. Yeah, I'm not here to say anyone's opinion's wrong. I didn't like the movie. Maybe I have to give it another chance. Maybe I wasn't mentally there that night. I don't remember. It was at the beginning of the year. I think we watched that movie.
Now you know what movie's coming back to theaters. That was one of the news that I was gonna bring today, real quick. And I know you love the movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Top Gun.
Yep.
Top Gun. Yeah, from
That
December
movie was
December.
great. The movie was great.
Yeah, from December 2nd to the 15th. They're gonna bring it back to movie theaters. I was like, oh, dude, that movie was a whole experience to watch.
Yeah. That movie was great. This is also another thing I want to talk about with movies. With movies, I do it so far. I've done it in a weird way. I see movies. I saw the second Top Gun, and I never saw the first one. And
Neither did I.
I know,
Neither did
but
I.
I do that same thing with Marvel movies. Like, dude, I saw fucking. I think I saw, how many Thors are there? Three, or is there two? There's three, right?
Dude, no, it's four.
There's
No, it's
four. So
four.
I saw.
Oh
So
yeah.
I didn't see the first three fucking Thors. Actually, I saw the first one with you like a couple
You
months
saw
ago.
this? Yeah, we saw the
Yeah,
first one. You,
yeah.
dude, literally after the,
Dude, I literally went to you the next day.
dude,
I was like, dude, I gotta watch a recap of this shit because I didn't understand
dude, right
anything. The
after
movie was
the
fucking
literally the next day we were at work. You were like, dude, I gotta watch the recap on YouTube because I didn't understand nothing about the movie. I was like, what,
dude,
bitch?
dude. Literally, the movie. Like, I like the movie. It was very, I didn't understand it. There's some movies for me I have to watch a second time for me to like better and kind of understand what it's about. But I literally, if I didn't watch that movie with you, the first one, I would have watched this last Thor. So I would have watched the fourth one and missed the
Yeah,
first
pretty
three
much. Yeah,
because I
yeah,
do
pretty
shit like
much.
that.
Yeah,
Because I,
yeah, 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 yeah,
that's
yeah.
how I am. I'm trying to watch movies now in order. Unfortunately, I can't go back in time and watch the fucking Thor movies that came out unless I just do it on Netflix before I go. But like I'm saying, like as the movie comes out, I've definitely been watching new movies as they come out now compared to what I was doing before. I used to wait
Yeah.
5 years and then be like, oh, I want to watch this movie. Yeah.
Dude,
So for the
honestly,
Marvel
so far,
movies, I've done those, huh?
yeah, honestly, so far, I don't know which one, because I don't remember how many movies have we seen we've seen so far this year. So I cannot tell you which one has been my favorite one because I can barely remember which one have we seen.
You,
I can tell you
well,
for goddamn sure that Halloween Kills is not in the top five.
the thing with this year is remember we didn't watch a lot of movies in theater. We watched a lot of movies where you showed me movies I haven't seen before that you've already seen. So
Yeah,
we've seen a decent amount. Like we saw Top Gun, we saw the new Thor, we saw Spider Man was the end of last year. I didn't watch that with you, but
we saw the
um
Batman. You like
we
the
saw
Batman?
yeah I saw that movie 3 times. I love that movie, Batman. That movie,
I think I saw it like 3 times. I don't remember
yeah,
how many
that
times
was a
I saw it. Dude, I
fucking
wanted to kill myself.
that was a great fucking movie. That was a great. We saw Bullet Train. Yeah,
Bullet
Bullet
Train,
Train.
yeah, Bullet
Bullet
Train.
Train, amazing.
But
Andrew, if you're
I
still in
think
here,
I
Andrew, if you're still in here, that you're completely wrong. I don't, I respect everyone's opinion, but you were wrong in that one. That movie is amazing. That movie is fucking hilarious. It's a good
you know what's
story.
funny?
It's
That the movie, you know what's funny? Like the movie for us, it has become something to quote now every day, months after the movie came out. Because I
It's
don't,
just funny. It's
at the
funny
time,
scenes, bro. It's funny scenes. Like, dude,
yeah, that shit
it's
was funny as fuck.
it is always funny because like we never know. Like when we go to watch the movie, we never know if 2 months down the line we're gonna start quoting that shit. Because at the time when we were watching,
Big
I was
facts.
laughing at these certain scenes. But I literally
Yeah,
go back and I watch certain scenes from that movie with you, and we do
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it is funny as
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
That
Pretty
movie
much,
was
yeah,
great. That movie was great.
yeah.
Bad Bunny,
What?
his character was only in the movie for 5 to 10 minutes.
I mean,
He
he
did a
got
great
fucked.
job.
I mean, he got
He did
fucked. He got
his whole
fucked.
yeah, but his character was great. He did a great job acting. I thought he did perfect. I
Yeah, he
thought
did
everything
good.
was
Yeah, he
good.
did good. He did good. He
I
did good.
didn't
He did
like the way that it was. I guess it was funny. Maybe they did it on purpose, but the way his character was portrayed was just this badass dude, and then he literally is fighting with Brad Pitt in the fucking movie, and he just throws the knife off the case, and it bounces back and hits him in the
Yeah,
chest,
bounces back to his heart. Yeah, he's like,
right
oh,
in the
my
heart,
heart.
dude. That's literally how he died. So it's like it's just funny.
I
Oh,
had even before I went to the movie theater, I had the theory that he was gonna die because if you watch the movie trailer, he was not that much in the movie trailers. I was like, listen, there's no way they're gonna put this fucking greaser on the movie for
for
that
more than
long.
like
They're gonna
20
kill his
minutes.
ass.
Yeah,
They're gonna kill his ass off, and they did. They got rid of him.
he
But
did
I
more
think
time in the
I think
movie than he did. He did more time dead in the movie. Yeah. How did I? I didn't
uh
spoil. I didn't. I did spoil Bullet Train. Okay, but to be fair, that movie came out in like July. That movie came out like wasn't it July, August? That movie's been out longer.
dude, that movie came out in August.
That shit's on
Yeah,
fucking T.
August.
That shit's on like streaming platforms now. It's
I
different
mean,
because
honestly, I don't
it's
think, I mean, I don't think that's maybe if you talk about Halloween Kills, it's been a month, and that fucking movie is on Peacock. So if anybody want to go and watch the movie, go to that shitty ass stream service, Peacock, and you're gonna watch the fucking shitty ass movie in a shitty
that
ass
movie.
stream service.
That movie is so bad, dude. That movie's so bad.
But I mean, I mean, I think so far for the movies, it's been like a decent year. Like the last movie that I saw, Bones and All, it was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and like I gotta, I gotta, I give the movie maybe like a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. I wanted to see more fucking cannibalism shit happening in the movie. Like I think they ate like fucking 3 or 4 people in the movie. I was expecting like fucking 10. I mean, it's supposed to be like kind of like a cannibalism movie. I'm expecting this fucker to
Wait,
rip
which
fucking
movie
arms
is?
off,
Which movie are you talking about?
bones and all.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see that one. Okay,
Yeah. Now that movie, if we would have watched it together, dude, we would have fucking squawked the whole movie because you would have fucking been like, dude, what the fuck is this?
dude.
Because, I mean, it was too fucking long too. But I mean, I'm waiting for. I'm really expecting Babylon. Uh, a lot. Like,
That's your new
I'm scared.
anticipated movie to watch. That one right now.
Honestly, yeah. Because yeah, I mean, it's almost done. I'm not waiting for Avatar. I mean, like fuck Avatar. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna go and watch the movie. Actually, now that we're doing the podcast, I might go and watch the movie. But I mean, if I go to watch the movie, I gotta watch the first one again because I barely remember anything that happens in the first movie. I don't think I've ever seen. Um, I don't think I've ever seen Avatar like the first one entirely like in one sitting. I think it's been for different parts because so fucking it's just not my type of movie. But now that we're doing the podcast, I might have to go to the movie theater, fucking sit down there for 3 hours and 10 minutes and fucking
I'll go with you because I've only watched the movie
watch the
once.
movie.
I only watched
Uh
it once. Years ago.
but
Years ago.
dude, but Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer, that's a movie that I'm really expecting for next year. Next year, there's a lot of movie coming out, and I can barely, honestly, at this point, I cannot keep track of the movies that are coming out anymore. But Oppenheimer, it's a movie. I think your brother was talking about it the other day, and he told me to go and watch it with him. And it's Christopher Nolan's gonna he directs the movie. I don't think who knows who. Do you know who Christopher Nolan is?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, you know who he is. Yeah,
I've
because
heard. I've heard of him.
you've seen the Batman movies.
Yeah.
You've seen the Dark Knight. So he he directs and writes the movie, and I mean, it sounds like a pretty fucking movie to me, to go and watch it. But honestly, that's the only movie that comes to my mind right now. The ones that are gonna come out next year, I can barely remember which ones are gonna come. Oh, hold on, which one's gonna come out in March? Fuck. No, actually, I can. I remember a couple of them, but Oppenheimer. It sounds like a far ass movie to watch. But this year, personally, I think that I've enjoyed a lot. The Northman, I liked it very much. Um, no comments.
No
I like that
comments.
one very
No
much.
comments.
Yeah, I like that one very much. Um, yeah, Little Mermaid. But you see, for the live action movies like from Disney, I don't care. Like I could care less about
I don't
what
blame you, dude. I didn't even see.
I could care less.
What's the fucking movie they put out like a year and a half ago?
Dude, I mean, you
I
want to
can't
be
think of
honest?
it.
I haven't even seen Aladdin from 2019. I have not
Ah,
seen that fucking
dang.
movie yet. I have not seen the movie yet, and I don't care about the movie. I mean, I care less. Now, mind you, the guy who directed the movie is the same guy who directed Snatch. So I love the guy. I like the guy who directed the movie. It's just I don't know. I don't feel drawn to watch the fucking movie. Like I have not been interested in a live action Disney movie since fucking The Jungle Book, and that was in 2016. I love that fucking movie. That movie's fire. But um so yeah, for now, yeah, The Northman, Batman. I like the Batman. Maybe 2/3 of the movie. The last the last 40 minutes of the movie, they're ass.
Yeah,
Um,
they did good overall with the movie, but they could have changed some stuff towards the
yeah,
ending. I feel like from the
yeah,
middle to the end they could have done stuff better.
yeah.
But overall the story was good. I thought the who was the villain again? I can't the Riddler. The Riddler was really
Yeah,
good.
I liked it. Yeah,
I
I
thought
liked
he
it.
did I thought he was a really good
I
character in the
liked it.
movie. I thought it was really good.
Yep, yep. And what other movie this year? Top Gun. I like Top Gun very much.
Yeah.
Honestly, Elvis. I mean, too fucking
That
long.
was a good
Too
movie. I
fucking
like that
long.
movie too.
Like, dude, I remember that day. Um, I literally I'm sure your brother's asking if we've seen There Will Be Blood. Hell yeah, I've seen the movie. Tyler hasn't, but I've seen the movie.
I haven't
Dude,
seen
that
that
movie is
movie.
fucking fire. Dude, that movie, Tyler, God. Your brother's talking about old movies. That movie's old, like 2009 old. But great fucking movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, who's an amazing actor. Um, and Paul Dano, the one who plays the Riddler, they're in the movie. It's just an amazing fucking movie. But yeah, I think if I were to mention which ones I like the most so far, like I said, The Northman, The Batman, Top Gun, and what else I've watched this year? I like Bones and All.
Thor.
I
You
like
saw
Bones.
Thor.
I fucked that movie. I did not like that movie.
Oh,
It's
you
not
talking
top
about movies
five
you
for me.
liked? Yeah.
Yeah, that I liked. Yeah, that I liked. I did
I
not. I
thought
mean, that
I
movie.
thought the movie we just saw, Black Panther was good. I like that movie a lot. That movie
Black.
was like two hours and what 45 minutes. It didn't feel like that for me. It might have felt like that for you. I enjoyed the whole movie. There wasn't
Which
once
one?
during the Black Panther. Like I'm saying, did you feel
No, I
like it
mean,
was a long movie? 'Cause I
no.
didn't.
Like, I mean, no. Like, honestly, I liked it better than the first one. And I know a lot of people is fucking in love with the first one, and I can see why, because it's the first movie that introduces a black superhero character, and the movie made a shit ton of money. It got nominated for a best picture for an Oscar for whatever fucking reason. I mean, what the fuck? But I like the second one better. I like the second one better. But I think those four movies that I just mentioned are the ones that I enjoy so far the most, because I don't remember what other movies we've seen in the movie theater. Um,
There hasn't
but
been that many. I think it's been like 7 or 8. Most of the movies we watch are ones that we've already
yeah,
seen or
there's
you've already
there's
seen.
one. Yeah, there's one that is called Everything Everywhere All at Once. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that it's good as fuck. Um, but I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch that one. I need to watch that one because it looks very interesting.
Who's the actors in that movie?
So that movie, it's I think the studio A24 produced the movie. A24, they make far as movies, like far movies that are different. And on the movie there's a lot of fuck, I don't know if they're Chinese or Japanese people, but they're from Asia. So uh there's I don't think there's any like well-known actors on that movie, because it's a very independent movie. But the few things that I've seen about the movie, it's like a movie about oh fuck, I don't think it's time travel. I think it's like the multiverse, but it's something like that, some tricky fucking trippy type of shit like that. But it looks very interesting. It looks very interesting. Now, when it comes to TV shows this year, um, Peacemaker. I like Peacemaker. You start watching it.
You
We
showed
haven't.
me I think 2 or 3. I've seen 2 or 3 episodes of
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's a pretty good show.
yeah. I like that show. Euphoria season 2 came out. It was, when you see Euphoria, you see it for two reasons: Zendaya and the drama. That's it.
Which is, as you know, is my favorite actress. She's my favorite actress, but
Yeah,
I've never, for some reason, I can never get myself to watch that show. And I've seen the first 3 or 4 episodes. You've shown me them. I've seen the first three or
yeah,
four episodes. They were good, but I don't know. I just haven't gotten in the mood about, hey, I want to put this on. Even though I like her
yeah,
work,
yeah,
she
yeah.
does great work.
Yep, yep. And at the beginning of the year, Hulu, they released a TV show about Pamela Anderson and her ex-husband. And I started watching it, but I didn't finish it. Seth Rogen, he was in that movie. I mean, that TV show. Um, but I think my favorite one so far this year, Stranger Things season 4. That season fucked me up.
I haven't watched
Like
that
that.
either. I haven't watched that
Yeah,
show
I
either.
know. Yeah, I know. But they fucked me up with that one. Oh no, hold on, I'm tripping. Actually, it's between Stranger Things or The Voice, because this year I started watching The Voice and I watched all 3 seasons like one sitting. I fucking binge watched that shit for like a week. And as you know, I have a poster here in my, I mean, at
Yeah,
the entrance of
yeah,
my
an
room. Yeah,
amazing poster.
I
Amazing
have a
poster.
big ass poster of The Boys. And
Speaking of that, the Mandalorian poster, the new season comes out, I think at the beginning or middle of January. I fucking
okay, so
can't
let's
wait.
talk. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about something real quick. Let's talk about something that you know a lot about it, and it's fuck, no, I'm gonna watch Wednesday.
I
Um,
want to watch that show because I didn't realize this until the other day. We saw Scream 5, I think it was, which is like the newest one. Or, yeah, it
yeah,
was Scream 5. Jenna Ortega was in that movie. I didn't realize that she's the actress in Wednesday until
she's
it,
not moving. Yeah,
I didn't realize that until I was doing the research on the new
she's a nice
Netflix.
actor. Yeah, actress. She's a nice actress. The first time that I watched her, there's a TV show called You. So on season 2 of that TV show, she showed up. She has like a small role in it, but she was cool. I was gonna ask you about Star Wars, since you're a big Star Wars fan. What do
I
you
am.
think about?
I
What do
am.
you think about? I know your opinion about the last trilogy. I'm not gonna talk about the last trilogy. Let's talk about. Let's talk about the TV shows. Like, have you
I
liked so
can talk
far the
about
TV
the
shows?
TV shows. I
Yeah,
can talk about those
yeah.
TV shows.
So far, what do you think
Um,
about the TV shows?
so I haven't seen Andor yet. I believe this is Yanetza asking this question. She asked me if I've seen Andor. I haven't seen Andor yet. I actually tried to watch a little bit of Andor last night, and I realized that my fucking Disney Plus ran out, so I have to renew that. Um,
Congrats.
yeah, I went to watch Andor the first 2 episodes. They dropped the first two. I think whenever they did, I was gonna watch those two and then start watching the series as it came out. But I decided I want to wait. Oh, shut this man called
Cheap
me a cheap
ass.
ass. I decided to wait. I decided to wait for them to drop all the episodes for the season, and I was gonna binge watch it. Um, so I ended up watching it yet. I've heard good things. I heard bad things, but I've heard mostly good things. And it's a good show. It doesn't have anything to do with the Skywalker saga, which I love. I love the Skywalker saga. So
What do
let's
you
get
mean? What do you mean?
into.
Wait, hold on, hold on. What do you mean when you say Skywalker saga?
So the
What the fuck
Skywalker
is that?
saga is. Have you seen? I don't remember which Star Wars movies you've seen, but they have 1 through 9, which is the first 9 Star Wars, like the actual movies. The Star Wars movies are considered the Skywalker saga.
Okay,
Um, it released 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, and then they put
correct. Yeah,
out
and then 7,
7, 8,
8,
9.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, I don't like. I'm not particularly fond of the last 3 episodes that came out. 7, 8, and 9. 7 I thought was the best one, The Force Awakens. 8 and 9. 8 was so bad that 9 they can only do so much with what they want to do in 9 because of how terrible 8 was. Like 7, they killed off Han Solo, which I understand. He has said as an actor that he doesn't want to be in Star Wars anymore. That he wasn't trying to continue the character, so that's why they
Now
killed
you
him
know
off
what's
the way they
funny?
did.
You know what's funny that Harrison Ford he didn't want to be in Star Wars anymore.
But now he wants to be in
I mean,
Indiana Jones or some shit. That
not only that, Indiana Jones, and now he's gonna be in the next Captain America movie. So he's gonna be in the
is
fucking
it?
in a
Is he
superhero
really?
movie.
Oh dang,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
dude. Like the way they killed him off. I understand they killed him off. I don't have a problem with the reason why they did it. That movie was good in my opinion. It introduced Kylo Ren. He's the fucking the what is it? The nephew of Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Who's
Yeah.
my favorite character. Um, my favorite Star Wars movie is Revenge of the Sith, which is the third one.
Which one's that one? That's
The
the
third
third one.
one.
Okay.
So first, second movies, they show you the kind of the rise of Anakin Skywalker, who, as you know, is Darth Vader.
Hmm.
They show you how he was when he was a kid, the way he thought, and you can kind of see the way his mindset grows, and as he matures, the way he starts to think into feeling that no one on the because he was a part of the I can't even think of the name. Not the Sith. The Sith is the bad, the Darth Vader, everything like that. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. He he believed that he should be granted the rank of master in the third episode because he's the highest. He's considered to be the most, I guess, powerful Jedi that they have. Um, he's the most powerful one, and he wanted to be granted the rank of master. And he in that movie, in the third one, you could see that everyone as a Jedi did not necessarily agree with who he was and the way he did things. They felt that he
Mhm.
was scared of, because I'm trying to explain to you because you don't really know. He I'll say it like this: his mom dies. He has a vision. His mom dies, which is an actual thing that
Uh,
happens in the movie. He has a vision, and he apparently, when you're a Jedi, that you can't have any attachments to anyone. You can't have a girlfriend. You can't have any love or attachments to anyone. You got to be kind of just in your own box, and you got to be in the way of the Jedi, where you're trained to be a Jedi. You're fighting. You're protecting people, but you don't have any physical attraction to anyone. So, he got the vision his mom died, so he started getting scared and worried, which was making him afraid, angry, trying to figure out ways that he could prevent his mom from dying. So he started talking to Palpatine at the time, where you don't know that he is the Sith Lord and that he's this guy
mhm.
behind everything in the movies, trying to manipulate everyone.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah.
so Palpatine is looking from a Sith perspective. He's trying to get a new apprentice, which is at
Mhm.
one point Anakin. Um, so everything's just going on, but as you see in the first three movies, he's turning to the dark side, which,
Mhm.
um, if you see 4, 5, and 6, you only see the person in the machine. Like, you only see Darth Vader. You don't know who the person is. You don't know how he became that. In the first three episodes, does a great job, great detail of how he becomes who he is. At the end of the movie, at the end of 6, he kind of turns back to the light. He kills Palpatine. Um, at the end of
Yeah,
6,
man.
he
You know,
turns back
episode
to the
nine.
light,
Yeah,
and
episode nine.
that right there at the end of 6, I thought is where they should have stopped the Skywalker saga. But
Mhm.
then they come out with 7, which is, I like the movie. It introduced Ben Solo, which is, like I said, his nephew. Um, and he's also a Sith. It shows you the background of how Luke was training him, and then how Luke saw the same thing that Vader had, where he was scared that he was going to turn bad. And the vision literally came true. The vision came true. He became bad. He ends up killing Han in the fucking 7th episode. And that overall the movies were good. I didn't like 8 or 9. Like I said, 8 didn't have enough Star Wars action for me. It felt like it was a story with no lightsaber action. In Star Wars, you need to have at least like 2 to 3 good lightsaber duels
Mhm.
along with the story. It didn't even. It had one lightsaber duel, and it was literally, it was Ray and Ben fighting against the fucking
Oh,
the guy. I don't even
the
remember his fucking name.
yeah
Um,
hold on fuck
I've seen that movie twice. I don't remember that, but
it's the tall
the
slim guy.
yeah, in the throne room. They were fighting in the throne
Yeah.
room. That was the only fight scene they had in the whole movie. So I didn't like that movie. That movie was the worst one in my opinion. I've told you that before.
The eighth. Yeah.
The ninth movie, they did okay, but they could only, at the end of the day, they could only do so much because the director of the movie, the eighth movie, was not the
Hmm.
one that did the ninth movie.
Yeah, the night.
So
Yeah.
he was kind of handed something that he had to work with, and they already knew they were only making one more, so he could only do so much with what he had. Um, the ninth movie was okay. I don't understand how Palpatine came back to begin with. Him cloning himself was fucking stupid. But those original 9 movies, they're done.
Hmm.
You can watch them
Yeah.
again. They're not gonna continue them, so it's whatever. I love them. Like, overall, I love the Skywalker saga. I didn't like a couple movies, but it's whatever. The Mandalorian, I love that show. I love The Mandalorian. I didn't watch the whole first season when it first came out. I literally, when I saw the second season was coming out, is when I watched the whole first one. And then by the time I was done watching the first one, the second one was fully out. So then I watched the second
Mhm.
one. I love the show. I love Baby Yoda. I love that when they introduced Baby Yoda to the Mandalorian, it brought back a lot of traction to Star Wars. Because I feel like everyone
Mhm.
knows who Baby Yoda is now. And like learning about Boba Fett in that show, because they have him, I think, at the end of season 2. And how it transitions into the Book of Boba Fett, which is the show that came out after that. That show is okay. I love Boba Fett as a character. I felt like the show didn't really portray him as who he was in the fourth movie. Um, and no, it was not it was the sixth movie. It wasn't the first, the 4, 5, and 6. They didn't portray him the way that he should have been.
Hmm.
He's a badass stormtrooper, like whatever the fuck he is. He's a badass stormtrooper. Has a jetpack on. He is like the greatest fucking hunter in the galaxy. And they don't even portray him like that. The first 3 episodes, he didn't even do any action shit. They were just showing, yeah, bounty hunter. There you go, bounty hunter. Um, they didn't portray him the right way they should have. They did it at the end, but they literally waited till the 6th episode of the Book of Boba Fett to actually show you who he could be.
It's more like Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the Book of Boba Fett. If they're gonna have a second season. I'm assuming they will. Um, Obi-Wan series, I fucking loved it. I love that series.
You were shitting your pants with
I
that
was
movie
I
when the
was on
last
cloud nine. I
show
was on
came out.
cloud nine. I, as a Star Wars fan, if you are a diehard Star Wars fan, anything with Darth Vader in it and Obi-Wan Kenobi, you are going to watch. You are going to watch. I The first episode, I loved it. I thought that a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people felt like episode 4, 5, and 6 were really good, but the first 3 weren't. I thought, what they were doing, they had to build up into what they wanted to do in the episodes. So they were the first 2 episodes, they were, introducing what they were doing after they had the fight on Mustafar in episode 3, because this is between 3 and 4, this show. So they did a good job of kind of getting everyone back to what they were doing and who they are now. That Obi-Wan's not a good Force user anymore because he's been trying to hide from everyone. He doesn't remember the Force. He can't physically fight. While Vader's is this powerful fucking Sith and machine where they did a good job of. You've seen movie Rogue One. Rogue One is
Yeah.
another good Star Wars movie. That
Hmm.
is Darth Vader in his prime. That movie, you see, he doesn't have any physical limitations, anything. They did a good job with Obi-Wan series where leading up to Rogue One,
Hmm.
because if you watch before those series, it was, you saw him with the, he had physical limitations. He had the arm cut off, everything like that. He wasn't as mobile. He wasn't as strong as he is in these Star Wars like mini shows. That's what I think. They did a good job of. They showed who he was. They showed the conflict when the first time you saw Obi-Wan, where you could see that he was mad, but there were some points in the series where you feel like, he was feeling that, he had some regret for what happened, but that he wasn't fully turned to the light, to the dark side. He was still kind of in the middle. So the transitions throughout the shows are good. They're kind of like Marvel, in my opinion. They Each Marvel series transitions to the next. They do a good job of that, and that's what Star Wars has been doing. So I like that they do it like Marvel. I haven't seen Andor yet. I don't know anything about it. I haven't heard if there's a transition to a new show coming out. I don't know. I know it's actually an Ahsoka series, which I don't really know too much about that character. But I want to watch Andor and I want to watch Ahsoka, and I hope they make an Obi-Wan series season 2. I don't know if they're going to, because the way it ended didn't really seem like they had potential to do it. But
Hmm.
everything's money based now. So if they think they're
Pretty
going to
much,
make a
yeah.
shit ton of money, then they're going to throw in a season 2
I
if the
mean,
actors are willing to do it.
look at the Fast and Furious franchise. I mean, the movies, they cannot go anywhere, but they literally. I mean, listen, the last one came out a year ago. I don't give a fuck. I'm throwing spoilers right now. Whoever hasn't seen the movie, they literally took the last movie to space. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? They were literally in space. So that makes no
Yeah,
sense.
that just seems like they're trying anything and everything to keep it going. Is what that
Yeah,
is, to be
pretty much.
honest.
Yeah,
The only one I saw was the one when Paul Walker died, where they did
that
the
one was
tribute.
that
That
one
one
was
was
fine.
good. I like that movie.
That
That
one
was
was
the
good.
only
That
Fast
was
and
good.
Furious movie I've
Yeah,
ever watched, and I watched it
Ghost.
only because he died, and I was like, dude, I got to see this. They're gonna do a tribute. I like shit like that, like the
Yeah, that
tributes to
one
the
was good.
actors or
Yeah.
actresses that pass. Yeah, that movie was good. Um, but yeah, so basically, what we're trying to do with you, with the podcast, as you guys have been, if you're in here still watching, listening, this is what we're gonna kind of do with the online, the live stream podcasts. We're mostly going to do offline, just me and him talking about a certain subject, and then we'll upload it to YouTube. We'll upload the clips to Instagram, Twitter, all of our social media. But occasionally, anytime breaking news happens in, movies, there's a new movie coming out that he wants to talk about, that I want to talk about, anything like that. For sports, if there's any breaking news in sports, baseball is free agency, NBA is free agency, NFL is free agency when players switch teams. just important news that I know as a sports fan, people want to hear about. I'm going to do my best to try to bring it to you guys. Over on YouTube on this channel, if you look at LOTF Network in the bottom left corner of the screen, that is our YouTube. We're gonna have all of our podcasts offline, live stream, whatever they are. They're all going to be on YouTube. We're gonna have a bunch of videos on there. Um, like I said, it's not going to be as much live ones. We're going to do live stream ones also. I'm not saying we're not. It's not going to be the only live stream one. We're going to do them, but more frequently, the ones that we're going to be doing are the just me and him sitting down talking about topics, um, stuff like that. But we want to do these live ones also because new people, all of our friends, whoever want to listen to us, we want to interact with you guys, kind of know what you guys want to talk about. If you have any questions you want to ask us, don't hesitate to ask. We'll put them up on the screen. We'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I for one, I'll speak for myself, and then he can add on. I appreciate anyone who's been in here listening. I talked to him before. We thought it was going to be an hour, then we thought 30 minutes. We're at an hour and a half, and it didn't feel
Yeah,
like
we
it.
kind of, yeah,
It
yeah. It
didn't
didn't
feel
feel
like it
like
was.
it.
It
Yeah,
didn't feel like an hour and a half.
yeah.
And the plan,
I've been watching the time in the up in the
left corner,
left
yeah,
left corner, and it's like an hour and a half. We're like, well, it's funny because like he said before we got on, we are like, okay, it's gonna take us like 40 minutes, talk real quick,
yeah.
almost 2 hours.
Yeah, because the plan with this one, like I said, we were trying to just introduce everyone to, kind of what we're gonna do in the future. Kind of get everyone on the page, get some interactions going on, and then I'll tell you guys that I'm gonna be the sports one. He's gonna be the cinema movie guy, and then we're gonna try to combine them where I'll be talking about sports and movies, and he'll be talking about sports and movies, and not just me talking about sports and him talking about movies. So like I said, everything's gonna be on YouTube. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of our links are. If you're on Twitch right now, all of our links are in the about page of our page. So we have direct links to any of them. You guys can go ahead and follow them. If you haven't followed the Twitch stream or subscribed to the YouTube page, go ahead and do that. Um, Maybe we can make a goal of doing a live podcast once a week. I'm down to do that if you are. We'll
Yeah,
try to
it
we'll
sounds
try to
good. Yeah,
figure it out.
we'll talk about it. We'll try to figure it out.
We'll try to figure it out, and then I'll definitely keep everyone updated with that. But eventually, when MLB news happens, I'm gonna have some people joining the podcast to talk about that. I have a couple people who want to talk about the NFL playoffs when that happens. We'll have some podcast information with that. So if you guys, you guys have any questions before we go ahead and head out? Jesus, you have anything to add?
Not really. Besides, thank you for being here, for listening to us talking shit for the past an hour, an hour and a half.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically like the goal. You just sit down and if you are a movie guy or movie person or movie girl, you want to come here and talk about movies or sports, you're more than welcome to do it. Um, I think we kind of like we took our time to talk a little bit more about movies and sport, but the next one we'll bring more sports into the table. There's a couple games happening today as we're speaking right now. The Miami Heat are playing, so
Yeah,
we're
that's the
probably
thing is that I'm not even trying to be an asshole. We timed it perfectly for me to go ahead and sit down and watch the Heat. I'm. The game starts at 7:30. It's not going to start till 7:40. I'm convinced we're losing. I'm not. I might be done with the game by halftime. To be 100% honest with you, we're
pretty much,
playing.
yeah, pretty
We're
much.
playing the Eastern Conference champions, the Boston Celtics, with our best player not playing. We're fucked. I already know it going
Yeah,
into this
yeah.
game.
So definitely, next time, next podcast that we're gonna record, most likely we're gonna be talking about the game today's game and how trash they whether whether they play good or whether they play bad. We'll
Dude,
see what happens.
I could go on a 45-minute rant about that shit. I tell you.
We'll see what happens in the next 2 hours. That's how much the game lasts. 2 hours, like 2 hours. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, hour
But
and a half, 2 hours.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty
And
much.
I have 2 hours of getting fucked. But
Yep.
thank you so much, everybody who joined us today. We really appreciate it. We're gonna be letting you guys know when we upload the different offline podcasts to the YouTube channel. So if we're gonna let you know through our social media, the podcast social media, the Twitter, I mean the Instagram, and also if you follow us in our personal social media, we're also gonna be posting that on our social media. But we're gonna keep you updated as of when that's gonna be coming out.
That's the thing is follow please if you guys don't mind, if you want to follow the Learning on the Fly pod Instagram. We've been posting a lot of sports clips, movie information, movie trailers. We're gonna have all sorts of stuff like that on the Instagram. The TikTok, we've posted a couple clips on there already. The YouTube, like I said, the only first thing we have so far is we're gonna have this podcast. I'm gonna put that up on the YouTube, and after that, that's where all of our podcasts are gonna come from. And then we'll start putting some of like the highlights of the podcast on our Instagram, on our Twitter to kind of generate, I try to attract new people to come watch it. So if you haven't followed any of the pages, I'd appreciate it if you did. Does anyone have anything to say in the chat before we go here? Any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about, guys or girls? I appreciate
Yeah,
everyone that is in here. Andrew, Dylan, Jack was in here at one point. Yanetza, Maria,
Emilio, Maria.
Emilio,
Thank you,
Maria.
thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate every one of you who've come in here. Movie recaps. Yeah, we were thinking about doing well, I know he's already down for this. I just got to figure out how to do it. Is movie reactions like we'll go ahead and something that we want to react to. We'll react to a movie, or maybe a 10-minute video. We'll just put it on the channel. Um, but I want to do, like I said, the live podcast. We're gonna try to get as many guests in the future as we possibly can. So anyone who wants to talk about baseball, wants to talk about movies, talk about NFL, NBA, whatever you guys want to do, just let me and him know. You have all of our social media. Um, I'm pretty sure everyone in here has my actual phone number, I'm assuming. So you guys have my phone number too. So just text me, shoot me a call, whatever you want to do. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
Um, you know, this is for our
if you
audience.
guys, yeah, if you guys want to talk about any specific movie or any specific game that's gonna happen in the next couple weeks, if you guys really want us to talk about Avatar, I swear to God, I'll go to the movie theater and I sit down there for 3 hours to watch
I'll be
that piece
there
of
with you.
shit.
I'll be there with
I'll
you.
sit down.
I
I'll
work
sit
like
down.
2 days the next 2 weeks, so I'll be there with you.
I'll sit down and I'll. No, not gonna lie. I gotta watch the first one again. But I'm willing to do it.
Facts.
I'm willing to watch 5 hours of fucking Avatar for you guys to come here and be able to talk about the movie because I know some of you guys might like the movie and are really waiting for that one. So if you guys have any suggestions, you can let us know on our social media. Just the DM us and tell us, hey, can you talk about this movie or what do you think about this game or this and that, and we'll bring it to the table.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, this is we're not gonna lie here. This is our first time doing this. We're not fucking podcast experts. We're not
But
people who do this for a living. We
we
both
are
have
experts
we're
we're
experts in
experts
our
at
own.
squawking at each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Squawking at each other.
We talk to each other every fucking day. We felt that if we're gonna talk to each other every day, we might as well let everyone else hear what we got to talk about. Talk about our two passions, let everyone else hear, and bring it to the world. Bring it to hopefully many more people who just. I'm already happy with. We have 5 viewers. I'm happy with one. So five,
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
fucking. I'm
Oh,
very content with five
cloud
viewers.
nine. You're in cloud nine
I'm
right
on
now, bro.
cloud nine. Yes, I'm on cloud nine. But yeah,
But
if
yeah,
you have any suggestions, like you said, anything you want us to talk about, what way we do this, what way we do that, anything you want for us to incorporate into our our pages, our streams, just let us know. And yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up here.
pretty
I
much. Yeah,
appreciate. Do you have
wrap it.
anything else?
Nope, that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, like you said, thank you very much. So we have 7 viewers now. I appreciate it. We appreciate everything you guys have done for us in the stream. If you spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we all appreciate it. An hour and 40 minutes almost in. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap it
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna wrap this up. We'll be back. We'll upload some clips later today. We'll let you guys know whatever we decide to do in the next few days, what our next plan is, what podcast we're gonna do. Yeah, so I appreciate the support. Thank you guys, and you guys have a great rest of your day.
See you in the next one.